'Cause nothing in my fear with a friend. And my pose up like some at the night. Yeah. Swipe on your face and talk the negative things in my mind. Na, 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 na. Negative things in behind your back. Price in my killer zone. 'Cause nothing in my fear but a friend. Then my pose up like some. Oh no. Poor puppy. Oh, so cute. That sucks. Of course, when I come on here, you want to aggravate me. Hey, Maria. I'm okay. Seeing better days, but I'm all right. Hugs and ambassadors to you too. Happy New Year, and I hope you're okay. Okay. Well, my price went up this year. I put my price up to $10. So just so you know. Yeah, I had to do it because it's been like that for years since COVID, and the price of everything is going up. So I had to put my price back up. I used to charge 15 a question, and then I went down to 5, and then now I'm back up to 10. So instead of going back up to the original price, I just put it at 10, which I feel I don't have no explaining to do. But the price of everything is going up, so I got to put my price up too. So, but I'll take care of you. I'm still going to take care of everybody. Nothing's changing. I'm still going to give you guys the answers you need. One thing I don't like doing is changing prices. I like to keep things the way it is. But sometimes I just get fed up. Because people try to jip me. And not you, obviously. But some people do. They treat me like, I don't need money or something. All right, I don't want nothing on this list. This list is trash, so I don't need nothing from this shit. All right, cool. All right. Okay, so I don't need that. So you're gonna get 3. So there. Bang. Cool. Cause nothing ever fear with a friend. And never pulls up like some. Okay. So you said thank you for the soup. I mean, PayPal. Thanks. You said not really. It came out to 9.73. So you owe me 27 cents. But it's all good. Yeah, I got it here. If you when you send 1060, I get 9.73. So nah, I didn't. Yeah, it says fee was 87 cents, and I got 9.73. So it's all good. Well, it took 87 cents. So in order to get the 10, you probably have to send like 11 something or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway, it's all good. Hey Tanya. All right, so you said what's coming for work for you, meaning you won't get in trouble, man. All right, let me check. I'll make you laugh, Tanya. All right, so work is going to be kind of inconsistent. It's going to be up and down for the rest of this month. Um, but I feel like maybe next week or the week after, things are going to start to be a little better. There's going to be an understanding. You're going to be like feeling a little better. But I feel like there's somebody who is trying to like make things bad for you, right? Like you was telling me. So I do see a person here. This person is like someone who wants to cause problems. This person like feels like you have more than them, so they want to make life a little miserable. And there's also like a man there too. It must be the guy Jeff or whatever. He's also like has exaggerated ideas and like gonna act up a bit. He's gonna deliberately like try to make things, difficult. So I feel like the rest of this month is gonna be difficult, but I would say like maybe next week or the week after, things start to like get a little better, but you're still gonna go through like some issues at work. There's still gonna be like some bullshit going on. What I would say is always be prepared for work. So if you deal with a blonde woman, right? If there is a blonde woman that you work with, it could be her that is like they're trying to figure out if this woman is like doing what she's supposed to do, or she's trying to like put the blame on you or make you feel like, trying to make you look bad and so she can get ahead. It doesn't have to be a blonde woman, but this woman can have light colored hair, not dark, and they might be younger, you know. I don't The cards don't have like glasses and shit. I'm just saying, like, the person could be younger than you, or they could be like the same age, or they could have light colored hair. They could have glasses, but I don't know. I would say they could possibly have glasses. I'm not getting it. Like, your boss has short, lighter hair, but then hater has red hair. But are they younger than you? Like, who's the youngest out of those two? Like, whoever this. Yeah, okay, so it's not your boss then. Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. It's definitely the hater then. Because if your boss is older, then it's not the older person. It's a younger person. Yeah. See, yeah, it's the younger one. The younger one, see, your boss knows that this person isn't, like, like an imposter, like somebody who says shit, but like it's like your boss knows, but she doesn't know what she's gonna do with this chick. So until she figures out what she's gonna do, she can't really like do anything for you because it might cause more problems. You know what I mean? But I would say that this person that I see in the cards is gonna cause problems for the rest of the month. Like, she's gonna try and cause problems, but your boss knows the deal. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the rest of this month is still gonna be a bit difficult. Still gonna be up in the air. Well, the promotion thing is something that has to be settled, eventually, right? But maybe they're trying to get rid of that chick to give you the promotion. But if you've been there longer than her, then you might get say if the hater's been there longer and you get the promotion, it's probably going to cause more problems. That's just like if that is the case. Oh, there you go. Because that's what the cards are telling me. So in order for you, like, that's why they're probably trying to get rid of the hater, because she's causing problems, and then give you the promotion when they get rid of her. Yeah, just work hard, just do it. I always tell you, like, if you do your job, then you're good to go. You know. And as far as you and Walter, he looks at you as, his world, somebody who he loves and cares about. He knows that other men like you and want you, and he can't stand the fact that there's a man around you that likes you, and, like, he's a dog and he just wants to try and get you, and he hopes that you and this person don't ever have a friendship, just a work related situation. But slowly but surely those things will fade. He'll get over it, you know what I mean? I still think Walter might be jealous of that guy at your job. I think his name is Jeff, you told me. That idiot. So I think this month there might be a situation with you and Jeff, and then, like, he might be like, "Look, I can't stand this guy." Like, yeah, yeah. So I still see, like he knows you're not doing, like, Walter knows you're not doing anything, but it irritates him. And this month there might be a situation where he gets irritated, but he knows that because he has you, those things are gonna occur, and he knows that that it's nothing he could do about it. But trust the fact that you're not gonna do anything with these guys, obviously. But now that he gave you the promise ring, you're good to go. Just make sure you take care of his D to keep his mind off of Jeff and David. See what you got to do, right? See, if I was a woman, I'd be rude as shit, because I'd be like, as soon as Jeff or David came around, I'd be like, See my ring? Me and Walter are together, and we're gonna be together forever. So leave me alone. That's what you gotta do. Flash your ring. You know. You're welcome, Maria. Thank you too. That's good. I'm glad that everything is good with you guys. That's all you gotta do. Flash the ring, and it makes them even more mad, and they just give up. That's probably why he got you the ring. See, he's probably like, I gotta deal with this guy. I gotta deal with. I gotta put a ring on her finger so that way she knows. See, Tanya knows the deal. See, Tanya. Oh, that's the thing. Haters are always gonna be. Haters are always gonna be haters. You can't really. But if you have haters, that's a good thing. That means that people actually hate you for being the great person you are. There's always gonna be haters. It's just the way it is. It's always gonna be like that. Oh, hey Teresa, how you doing? Flash what? I can't flash nothing on here, but you call my secretary, make an appointment, I can arrange something. Well, yeah, that's what I would do, Maria. I'll flash that ring. I'll be like, look, see this ring right here? My man loves me. Yeah. You know what? As a respectful man that I am, I always look at a woman's fingers to see if she has a wedding ring. And if she has a wedding ring, I don't even bother with her. I'll say hi to her or whatever, but I won't say nothing else. I'll give you an example. I went to this store today to get my mom's birthday cake. Today's my mom's birthday, right? And when I went to go pick up the cake, I picked up the cake and I took it to my van. And then I went back into the store to go get some food for lunch. And there was this woman next to me with a mask on, right? And I'm like, oh God, this damn woman. But I could see through I could see that she's cute and she was like, had her basket with her like little stuff. She had like her stuff in it and stuff. And then she looked at me and she wouldn't say anything, but she looked at me, right? And I looked at her and I said, hi, how you doing? She goes, I'm okay, thank you. And I'm like, good, I'm glad you're okay. She goes, I don't know what to get. I said, get whatever you like. There's a lot of food here. There's a lot of choice. I said, just get something healthy. See, you got your mask on, And then the guy, she spoke to another guy, and the guy said, oh, why you got a mask? She goes, oh, I have a cold and I don't want to give it to anybody. So I don't have COVID, but I just have a cold, so I don't want to spread my germs. So I said, oh, that's considerate of you. Meanwhile, I'm saying in the back of my head. And the first thing I did was look at her hands. And she had no ring. That's why I spoke to her, because she had no ring on her hand. See, that's what I do. I'll never disrespect somebody like that. I would never talk shit to a married woman. I can't do that shit. That's disrespectful. But I know guys would do it to me. The guys would do it to my wife for sure if I had one. But I could care less. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I always look at a woman's hands, see if she has a ring. If she has a big ass rock, I'm like, hell no, I can't afford that. Nah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, Maria. Don't worry. Maria, you said doing good, worrying about test results. What happened? What's going on? Hopefully you're not sick. Yeah, my mom's birthday. You're welcome, Mommy Maria. Yeah, we got my mom a nice cake We had burgers and hot dogs and salad on the barbecue. Okay, cool. And she was very happy. I stayed at her house until like 10 o'clock. She was like, "Oh, it's getting late. You should, if you want to go, you can go." I said, "I just want to chill out, with her, make sure, because she's home alone. And then I told her, I said, Mom, I'm home alone too. I have no dog no more. Diamond's gone. What do you want me to do? Dad's gone, Diamond's gone. Now we're both alone in our homes, and it's fucked up. But what can you do? It's life. So it's life. Yeah, my birthday is a month today. So my mom, I always when it's my mom's birthday, I know it's my birthday right after, a month later. But yeah, we got her a cake. I took her to the city today in the car, and she said she didn't really have a good time in the city because they didn't have anything that she really wanted. But she bought like um so she's gonna go with me to the grocery store tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. And now my brother just told my mom that his cat is 23 years old, and the cat's on his way out too. So yeah, my brother might have to put down his cat tomorrow. His cat's 23 years old. I can't believe that. That's a long fucking time. But yeah, it's been a week since I put Diamond down, and now my brother's gonna put his cat down probably tomorrow. It's a fucking bullshit. Sucks, man. It sucks being here all alone. No Diamond. And then my friend called my sister, and my friend called my sister and said, "How's Diamond?" And she was like, "Oh, she's gone." And they're like, "No way." And his wife called to ask my sister what happened to Diamond, and she told her, "Yeah, Diamond's gone. We had to put her down last week, Monday. It's been a week already." Yeah, thanks. It's just, it doesn't feel right without her. Yeah, Tanya, the energy is still wonky, you know? It's still not 100%. I agree with you. Yeah, Teresa, on the 27th, it was right after like Boxing Day on the 27th. She started to like, completely pee herself, and she couldn't really walk her leg. She did like the splits twice, and she couldn't like really move. She ate okay and stuff like that, but she could barely move. And then on the 28th, she collapsed. Like she pretty much was like just laying there and just like peeing herself, and she couldn't move. Then when she got up, she fell back down. And then on the 29th in the morning, she was completely like stiff as a board. She wouldn't even move. The only thing that moved was her head. And then the vet came over. My friend, she came over. She loves Diamond. She came over to check her, and she said, "Mark, she's done. She must have had a stroke or something overnight, or the last day or two, and it made like it kind of paralyzed her body or whatever." But she had that rash on her back, and it turned black. So I think the first doctor was right that she had cancer or something like that. But she did some tests, and the doctor said that the test came out where her liver was fucked. So apparently she must have had liver cancer or something like that. Because they couldn't. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? She couldn't. They couldn't do like a ultrasound on her or like a MRI because she was on medication. So in order for them to find out what's really going on, they would have to like wait for a whole month for her to like be off of meds for them to do the test. And apparently that is true. My friend Paris confirmed it the other day that's how it works. I know they're not gonna lie to me, obviously, but so anyway, she pretty much deteriorated in 2 to 3 days. She was pretty much, when I woke up Monday morning and saw her, she wasn't even moving, and her whole bed was soaked from her pee, and I had to wash her. I had to like turn her over and wash her. I washed her when she was laying down. She never likes me washing her, but she was laying down and I washed her because I couldn't have her like sleeping in her own piss and all that. That's disgusting. So I washed her whole backside of her, and I had to throw away the bed and everything, and I threw away everything that she slept the night before she died. She slept in the workshop and she peed everywhere. She was just stiff as a board. Like when we put like a sheet down because we had to carry her to my van and then carry her to the vet. So it was very stressful and very, heartbreaking to see her that way. It was just like within 2 days, she pretty much completely collapsed. And she would have been 11 next month. But they said the record of a boxer in Bermuda that was recorded was 12 years. So Diamond's second place. She would have made 11 years. They said there's no other dog that made it past 10. So she was about to go 11 next month. So she was 10 years, 10 months, 10, 11 months or whatever it is. So they called her their old girl because she was like the oldest dog on record at the time. So it sucks, but oh well. Yeah, it's life. I'm here alone, no Diamond now. My mom's alone, no dad, so. And my brother's about to put down his 23-year-old cat tomorrow. Hey Virgo, how you doing? You good? Yeah, I posted it on my Instagram when it happened on both of my accounts so everybody can know because everybody loved her. Everybody liked Diamond. Everybody knew who she was, you know. And like my friend called my sister today to give her their condolences. He's probably gonna call me too. Then I told my cousin about it today because I have all this dog food left and I'm gonna give it to my cousin. He's got a big ass Doberman Pinscher, so I'm gonna give him all the dog food tomorrow. He said he would take it in memory of Diamond. So it's all good. I'm talking about my dog, Virgo. I had to put her down last week, Monday. Yeah, that's all right, Teresa. I figured you were busy. When I don't see you, I know you're doing things. So I know people that don't know. A lot of people didn't know, you know, and they're upset at me for not telling them. And I'm like, look, that's why I post things so I don't have to explain to everybody. I just explain it in my post. And if you see it, you see it. You don't. And then when I see you, you know, and it's just the way it is. I understand people have, a life and not everybody's gonna, know right away. Uh, so no, I mean, some people like wanted to know so they can be there for me. So they were mad that I didn't tell them. And I'm like, look, man, that's why I post shit. If you see it, you see it. You don't, you don't. I don't get offended. A lot of people did the same thing with my dad. I didn't really post my dad up on social media and all that shit, like, So I don't really like people calling me every day and I'm gonna start crying every fucking day. I don't really want to do all that type of shit. That's why I make a post and that's it. You see it, you see it, you don't. If not, I'll just tell you or you'll find out when I tell you. And it's cool. I don't take offense to anybody, finding out a year from now. It don't matter to me. But everybody has a life. Some people just don't know. But yeah, it's been tough. It's been a whole week since she's been gone. So it sucks every day. I, used to come down the steps in the morning and she would be right there waiting for me, wagging her tail, ready to go outside, ready for me to give her some water and some cookies and shit. It just doesn't seem real. My apartment's empty. No smell of her, no nothing. So it's fucked up. And I'll never get another dog again because I don't want to go through that shit. I've been through that twice already now. My first dog was 15 years. Now this one was 10. It was 11. I can't take that heartache anymore. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one day I will, but not no time soon. Hell no. I mean, I would like to have like a dog companion and stuff, but I don't really care. Like, yeah, go for it, Tanya. Feed yourself. Yeah, exactly. I know you were devastated too. Yeah, but like I said, I've been there, done that. One of the worst days of my life was when my first dog died because I had him for 15 years and he was with me 24/7 too. See, I love animals and I get attached to them more than I do to humans because human beings are fucking idiots. So I love animals more than humans because humans are annoying, especially Leos. Oh, hey, Dan. How you doing? But I'm trying to stay in positive mindset, but it's hard because every time, and I was working in the workshop for like the past 2 days, and she would always be in the workshop with me while I work. I put down like her blanket or her bed, and she would lay there and watch me work, and then she'll get up, here and there and go outside with me or whatever. So it's hard. Everywhere I go, she was with me. So everywhere I go, I don't see her, and it's like I feel like empty. I feel like where the fuck is she? I know you can handle it now. Hope you're doing good, bro. But yeah, Teresa, I thought about reaching out to you to tell you, but I just didn't want to bother anybody or tell anybody. I figured that I post it, you'll see it when you see it, and that's it. I'm not really the type of person to be like, hey, my dog died. You know, that's why I post it, and that's it. So yeah, my cousin didn't know either. I told him yesterday, and he was like, "Why you didn't call me, man? You should have told me, bro." I was like, "Well, I guess I know you liked her and she liked you, but I just didn't have the. I just don't want to bother anybody, and I just like wanted to mourn in my own way, and I don't feel like explaining it to everybody individually. So it's life. I still see people on the street that come up to me and say, "Hey, look, man, sorry about your dad." And I'm like, "Fuck, man." Everywhere I go, people tell me, "Sorry about your dad." And I'm like, "Yeah, my dog died too." "No way. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's rough, because I was cutting the grass on Saturday, and my neighbor came over to check on me and my mom, and she goes, "Oh, Happy New Year." I say, "Yeah, it's somewhat happy. I'm happy that fucking 2025 is done." And she goes, "Oh, what happened?" I said, "My dog died." And then she's like, "Oh no." And I'm like, "Yep." I said, "It never ends." it's always some fucking bullshit you gotta deal with. But I said I couldn't see her suffer anymore, so we had to put her down. As much as I didn't want to, but I'm not gonna sit there and watch her, suffer like that. So it's not right. Uh, you know, the three worst days of my life is when my dog died, the first one, my dad, and now Diamond. Those are the three worst days of my life. It's why it's watching them gone, seeing them go, and it sucks. When it's a human being, my dad died of a heart attack and he's gone, right? But when you have to like tell the doctor, take my dog's life, that's a whole nother ball game. And I don't see my dad every day, but I see my dog every day. So it's a different connection we have with our pets. You know what I mean? I know my dad is my dad, but I don't, he's not my dog. My dog, your animal, you see him every day, all day. You eat shit and sleep with him every day. Like, so it's a different connection. Everybody knows you. If you've had a pet, you understand. Yeah. So like, it's fucked up. Well, my mom had her 80th birthday today, and we celebrated her birthday. We got a cake and stuff, and she cried while we sang happy birthday to her. And she says it's the worst birthday she's had because my dad's not here. But at least we did our best to make her happy. We got her flowers, a cake, presents. We sang to her. I made her dinner and stuff. You know, I took her to the city today. Tomorrow I'm gonna take her to the grocery store. See, now I have a lot of time because I don't have Diamond no more. So now I'm just gonna hang out with my mom, try and hang out with her every day and keep her and I can keep each other company because we don't have anybody no more. She lost the love of her life and I did too. So now we can hang out together more often, and I'm gonna work at the house more often and stuff and do things around the house and try and be there with her a lot, you know. So yeah, it's a big change. But I'm gonna try and be with her a lot more now that I have pretty much no dog, no dad. But I have my mom, and I'm gonna try and like be with her as much as I can, so that way she doesn't. We're not both lonely without you know the things we love the most. So it's fucked up, but it's all good. It's a new year. I'm gonna try and be as positive as I can. Try and do all the things that I want to do as well. Now that Diamond's not here, I'm a lot more flexible. I can do a lot more. I can go away now and not have to worry about leaving her here. I can start to really live my life without any worry about her because I dedicated last year to her and my dad, and because they were doing very poorly and health wise, and I was always telling everybody on here that Diamond's not doing that great, and she was being a pain in my ass and stuff. But yeah, but it's all good. I have him in spirit, and I know I do. And I've had like a lot of signs. I've had dreams about my dog and my dad. You know, so it's different. Like I said, I take death differently because I know spirit. In spirit, they're around. You know, just as much as they were in real life. Now I just have to focus on helping my mom every day, making sure she's okay, making sure the house is okay because that was my dad's wish for me to take care of my mom in the house, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. I can focus a lot on, doing my DJ stuff, being on here. And the DJ stuff's going very well now. I got everything organized. Um, my friend gave me all this music and stuff that I need. My equipment, I bought all my equipment on Christmas, bought a new laptop. So everything's like, I can finally get my life back. I know I don't mean that in a fucked up way. I just mean like, when Diamond and my dad was here, they were a big part of my life, and they were always, needy. They needed me, and if I wasn't there for them, that would be fucked up, right? So now that I don't have both of them, I feel like I'm free to do what I want now, and I'm free to, like, have my life back after catering to them for this whole past year. Because last year it was a lot. I did a lot for my dad and for my dog. So now I feel like now I can finally take care of myself and take care of my mom. And you know my nephews are all older now, they can take care of themselves. So now, like, the two, my dog and my dad, were my priorities last year, and now I don't have no priorities no more with them. So now they're probably going to take care of me this year and allow me to do what I want to do for once. I mean, I wish they were still here, but now that they're not, I have to, change my life. But it's weird though, because like you start shit and you do things, and then you never think for 1 minute, that they're gonna die, right? But both of, like, my dad died instantly, and Diamond took 2 days, and then bang, you know, she was gone. So at least the deaths were quick and painless to a certain extent. You know what I mean? But it's like my life got prepared for me last year to be different. You know, and it's like I say, what the fuck, to myself, like, how can this even happen? Because I was trying to do all of it together. You know what I mean? I was trying to get back on my DJ life, and then my dad passed away. 'Cause right before my dad passed away, I was playing music on TikTok, and I was telling everybody how excited I was to play music again, and things were great on here. And just life was okay. And then my dad died, and then everything went on pause. Everything went on standby mode. And then I started to, get shit back to organize in November and in December. And I got all my equipment on Christmas, started playing music again. And literally 4 days later, I had to put Diamond down. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm trying to do everything all at once. I'm trying to do my life and take care of my dog and my dad. Every time I did that, it backfired. You know, it's like, don't worry, you got all the time in the world now. You see what I mean? And that happens to me a lot. And I know it happens to a lot of people, not just me. But I'm just saying, like, my case, the same thing happened when I got this channel, and also like when I got this channel months before COVID hit. So it's like God was preparing me to have my COVID job online, because I couldn't work, at people's houses during COVID, right? So it's like God always prepares me, Spirit always prepares me for the next step of my life. And I always wonder why that happens, but it happens for a reason, right? They what's that saying? In order in order for things to get better, you have to go through, a process, and usually the process is a hard one. It's got to get worse before it gets better, is the saying I was really looking for. So things got worse before it gets better. So it's just the way it is. Okay, Teresa. but I can handle it. You know, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And I'm not one to complain much. I just complain about stupid people and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I'm sad, obviously, but I'm also like, upset that I can't, like, I don't have them anymore. But I'm also like happy that I can move on now from the, seeing them. I'm happy to move on from seeing my dad and my dog suffer. That's the more, respectful thing I would say. Like, I'm not happy they're gone because I can have my life back. But, I was still doing what I wanted anyway, but just, having them the way they were was just so annoying, because I wanted to do more, but I couldn't. I did everything I could. You know how fucked up it is to, like, the doctor tells you, look, your dog can't be in your apartment no more because she slides on your tile. No matter what you put there, she's still got to come off of that thing and still go on the tile. So, like, and then, like, you say to yourself, okay, well, what do I have to do? He says you got to put her outside on the grass. She can't be inside on the tile unless you're going to have her pee all over your fucking carpet every day, which what she was doing. She was peeing all over everything, but she couldn't hold herself. Her organs were starting to break down. So what did I do? I built a fence outside. I built her a dog's box. And 2 weeks later, she dies. I spent like $500 on wood, screws, fence, metal fence, everything. And I spent so much time doing all that shit to put her in a better position. And 2 weeks later, she dies. So I'm saying to myself, I just bust my ass for like 2 or 3 days straight, getting all this shit prepared for her to make her life better. She seemed a lot happier outside because she had her little, her box and she was free and she was back in her original area and she could pee and shit all she wants, and she was loving her box and her bed and, she was happy. She would actually, when she left like my apartment, she would go straight over there. Like, she'll be like, yes, I can go back over to my bed in my cool box that Mark made me. And I was like, fuck, she really likes being over here. And I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna make her feel better and she'll last longer. And then 2 weeks later, man, that shit broke my heart. I was like, fuck, man, I did all this shit and it still didn't work. And that's why I tell people it doesn't matter what you do to preserve a person's death. When they're ready to go, they're gonna go. There's nothing you can do. There's no amount of money in the world. There's no amount of caring in the world. When your day comes, your fucking day comes, and that's it. And I want everybody to understand that. And I understand it more and more every day. But I always try to fight it. I always try to make somebody last longer because I think I have the power deep down inside to do it. I mentally do, right? But I know that I can't. I'm not God and I'm not nowhere near that. But like I just feel like I can do something to help you, like, like I just don't want to see you die, like, and I don't want nobody to die. Like I wish everybody could be around forever, but it's not possible and I understand that. So that's how I really feel about all of that shit. Hey Rudy, how you doing? Yeah, that's why I work, because I knew you was coming. Literally. So yeah. Hope you're doing good, Rudy. That's good, Tanya. Eat. Everybody needs to eat. Hey Starlight, how's it going? Any word? Any good news? Um Teresa, I see you donated. Thanks. You can ask your question when you're ready. Yes, I just got it. Thanks. Just let me know what you need. You're doing okay? Yeah, I was just telling Teresa um about Diamond. She didn't know. So yeah, I cooked for my mom. It was our birthday today. We made hamburgers and hot dogs on the barbecue with some salad and some pasta, and then my sister bought her a big ass cake, and I went to go pick up the cake, the flowers. She got gifts, so she was not really that happy because my dad's not here, right? And she was like, if Diamond was here, we'd give her some food and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It just sucks, man. But she went 80 years old today. Well, hopefully, Starlight, now that you posted up everything about Poppy, hopefully people will see, the missing dog stuff. So hopefully they get back to you today or tomorrow or whenever. Actually, let me show you guys the let me show you guys the change. This is the cake we got my mom. It says happy 80th birthday, mom. It's a pretty cake. They put some nice little flowers on it and shit. And then these are the flowers we got her. And that's her in the background there looking at her card. We got her some nice flowers too. My sister got all this stuff for her. So that's cool. She was happy. She was happy but sad at the same time. My birthday is a month today. When my mom's birthday comes, I know it's a month later it'll be mine. She's January 6th, I'm February 6th. So literally like a month later is me. Yep. I'll be 49. Can't even believe it. And next year I'll be 50. Fuck's sake. Can't believe I'll be 50 next year. Holy shit. Oh boy. I'm gonna have a big party next year. Yeah, that'll be nice. I wish I had money to get a private jet and bring everybody here. We can have lobster. I don't know. I haven't really made any plans for my birthday. I'm still kind of feeling, kind of feeling like, I don't know. I feel weird. I feel like empty. 'Cause I don't have my dog and my dad and shit. But I don't know. I just don't really. It's still a month away. I'll plan something. I guess I don't fucking know. And my sister's not gonna be here. She's gonna be on a business trip, so she's not gonna be here for my birthday this year. So it's only gonna be me and my nephew and my mom. So my other nephew goes back to college. I'm just glad last year is over and done with. Now I can start this year. Hopefully on a better note. Yeah, you can mail me a hug. It's cool. I'll probably hang out on here for my birthday. But I'm gonna be chilling probably with my nephew. We're probably gonna have dinner together. My mom, like I said, my sister won't be here. She'll be on a business trip. So nowadays, birthdays, when you reach this age, you don't even care about your birthday too much, unless you're like a drinker or you want to get high and shit. But I'll probably just chill. No, I haven't started. I haven't even touched that thing. I couldn't even tell you. You know, I haven't really gone on there like that. I mean, I still celebrate my birthday, but I don't really care about it like that. Hey Fiona, hey Luna, how you doing? Yeah, my mom's birthday was today. I was just telling everybody. I just showed everybody the cake and the flowers that we got her, and my sisters gave her gift certificates. I'm always getting stuff for my mom anyway, so I treat her like every day is her birthday. She gets mad at me sometimes because I get too much stuff for her sometimes, but I always get shit for her. We're gonna go grocery shopping tomorrow, and then I'll probably have lunch with her tomorrow. That's what I'll do. We're gonna go to the grocery store, and then I'm gonna tell my mom we might as well get lunch. We eat like the same thing, so her and I getting lunch is like easy. My mom is easy when it comes to eating food. We eat the same things. Marilyn, no, I didn't do it because of you, of course. I already told everybody that I was putting my price up, $10 a question. It's been $5 since 2020. As soon as COVID hit, I put my price from 15 to 5 to help everybody. But I think after a long 5 years of it being that way, it was time to put my price up to 10. And I think that's still fair and reasonable, considering that some people get readings for twice that much and it never happens. So, plus the price of everything is going up. Everything's more expensive. Things are getting crazy. So that's why I already told everybody last year that I was going to put it up. But some people probably thought I was lying or saying it just to say it. But yeah, it's official. I'm $10 a question now. So, I'll probably have like, sales and shit every now and then where I do like, $5 again. Every now and then I'll do like a little special just to help people out, you know. But I feel like I've done enough helping and enough, you know, cheap prices long enough. That's one of the reasons why I don't, give out too many free questions and cards and things like that because I've given my share. And some people don't even appreciate it. And I hate to like do it because a lot of people that get a lot of readings, they probably feel like some type of way now. But, I didn't do it for a specific reason. I just did it because, everything, the price of everything is going up. And, but mine doesn't. So what makes me different? At the end of the day, I feel like I give 110% every time I answer a question. So I feel I deserve a raise this year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nobody's complained. Everybody says the same thing, you know. Nobody really says, "Oh, I'm never getting a reading because you put your price up by 10, to $10." So, and if anybody feels like they don't want to get a reading anymore because I went up to $10, then that's on you. I don't care. If that's how you feel, then there's plenty of people that do free shit. You can go to them. And there's still people that do $5 questions. You can go to them too. It should never be about money. It should be about quality. All right, Dan. Hope you and Mama's doing good. I prayed for you last night. I prayed for you guys for a speedy recovery and good health. And I'll pray for you again tonight just because, you know, being that you've been a good boy. And that's another thing, Starlight, is you can't really go anywhere on here and get a mediumship live reading in a chat room for $5. And if there is anyone out there that does it, let me know. Because I would go to somebody for $5 and get a mediumship reading too. So when I've told everybody, no one's ever gotten back to me on that. So when you can find a medium on here that does mediumship live for free sometimes or for $5 in a chat room, then let me know because I want to go to them too. I'm yet to hear a response. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, you know, anybody who knows me knows I don't really care about money and shit like that. But I feel like last year people took advantage of my price, and a lot of people didn't give me the full amount. And I'm not making the ones that did give me the full amount suffer because they were already giving me the full amount anyway. So it's not like they're getting penalized because I'm still going to give my regulars the same amount of energy with the $10 question. So at the end of the day, nothing's really changed. But for those, some people, they're probably going to be like, fuck this, you know? I'm not getting no more questions from, and that's okay. I don't care. You're not going to make me mad. I'll probably be happy you don't get no more questions because I ain't got to answer your dumb ass. If that's how you want to look at me, if it's about money, then, that's it. But I know it, the people that come in here and, you know, pay their dues, I'll always give them their respect in return, for sure. But no one's complained. Hey, sincere, how you doing? Be good to your mother, please. Because of the past life. Marilyn said, "What do you mean that they weren't giving you the full amount?" Well, for instance, right? When people PayPal me $5, some people don't pay the tax, and they should, because if I charge you $5 and you don't give me $5, then why should I give you the full answer? And then you act like you don't know, but really you do know, but you don't. You just know you just don't care. So a lot of people would send me $5, but I would get 443 by the time PayPal takes the tax, which is 5%. So in order to give me $5, you have to go to the PayPal calculator and you put Bermuda, which is where I live. Everybody knows I live here. So if you're in the United States or Canada or wherever in the world, UK, wherever, it tells you the tax. It tells you if you send this person this amount, then you have to give them that amount, or you have to pay some type of tax to give them the right amount. That's the first thing on PayPal. That's how it is, and a lot of people know that, and some people play dumb, and then when they hear me say it, they still do it as if to say, "I don't give a fuck. I'm still not giving you more." Because they feel like if they give me $5.60 to make up for the tax, that they're giving me that. They're not giving me that. You're giving PayPal the tax to give me the money, right? So now that I put it up to $10, right? You're gonna have to give me $11 in order to give me the 10. But that's just the way it is. There's taxes on everything, right? And if I go to the store and the cashier tells me $10.11 and I tell her all I got is 10, she's not gonna say, she's gonna say, go put an item back. So what am I gonna tell you when you give me less money? You want me to tell you I'm not gonna answer your question until you give me the 57 cents? And then you're gonna look at me like, really? And then you're gonna have to make another transaction in order to give me that 57 cents. You're gonna have to pay $1 extra. And then when people super chat me $5, I don't get the $5. I get 350 because they take 40%. So I'm gonna get between 3 and 350 if you work it out. So when somebody super chats me $5, I get 350. And people know that, but they still send that amount. So why do I have to explain all of that? You know the deal. You know the conversion. You can go on a calculator and go right on Google and calculate it and know how much you got to give me. But see, some people do that and other people give extra. There's a lot of people in here. I'm not going to name who they are because it's none of nobody's business. But some people always give me more than five. Some people always give me way more than that. So it makes up for the other bullshit. That's why I never really said anything because it all works out to be equal at the end. But why should someone else have to make up for your shit? So if I put up the price to $10 like I have, it'll make that person think twice about getting a question because their cheap ass already did it already. And I've explained this like a million times and people still do it. So now that I go up in price, then that's gonna be it. But if you're a regular and you give me that price every time, I'm not gonna really, grumble too much because you're getting constant readings or you're getting a lot of readings or you've been here for a while getting readings. So for those that do that, I let it slide because at the end of the day, you're getting readings every day or every other day, or you're getting constant readings. So if you're giving me less, it still works out to be okay because you're getting a lot. So I would never say nothing to you. But at the end of the day, I don't do that to nobody. So why people are doing that to me? When I go in somebody's room, right, and I'll buy a question from them, which is not very often, I'm going to give them extra because I know that me being here, it's going to be less for you. So if I give more, I know you're going to get the actual amount because I have common sense and respect for that person. Exactly. You don't go into a store and get free food. So if it's that way in a grocery store, it should be that way for me too. You should be respecting the price and the amount of money that I should be getting. So every time somebody gives me less, I should give you less then until you actually, give me the right amount. And some people will say, oh, well, it's not my fault that PayPal takes 5%. It's not my fault that YouTube takes 40%. So it's mine. It's my fault then. You see my point? That's my point. Is people know, but they still do it. And I explain it and people still do it the next day. And it just makes me like say to myself, oh well, I just let it go because I try not to make money a problem or make it a problem for me or make it a problem for the business or for what I'm doing. I never ever like worry about money like that because at the end of the day, some is better than none. You know what I mean? So there's some people that don't come in here no more because I've called them out and they don't come in here no more. And that's fine. I don't really care if you don't come in here no more because I called you out. Because at the end of the day, you know what you're doing. And if you claim you don't know what you're doing, and I told you and you still do it, then that just shows what type of person you are. That you want something for nothing. Or you want something and you know you're going to get quality and you're still going to do it anyway. So I leave it on everybody's conscience, not mine. And that's why this year I said, I'm going to put my price up. And some people are going to say, fuck that, I'm not doing it. And some people are going to say, well, I'm still going to go to Mark because he's worth the money. And that's just the way it is. So, boom. And every person that has got a reading from me knows that I always give you extra. And even when you're in your, like, when you're in a bad, moment in your life, I'll grab the cards or I'll find something out for you for free. I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even, ask you for anything. And there's many times where I shuffle the cards and I'll get a spirit and I'll give it to you for free because I don't fucking care about money. And I've already made that point, very clear. But I also use this price to show people that, hey, you want to fuck around? Fine. This year I'm going to put it up so I can get back what I lost from you. And that's how I feel. If you can do it, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to give people back their own medicine. You really want me that bad? Yo, you'll fucking pay for it then. Not my problem. You know what I mean? So that's why I did it. And like I said, some people just don't understand the whole concept of like doing that to somebody is fucked up. So that's it. That's like me saying, I charge, $70 an hour, and I'm an electrician. I charge $70 an hour. And you say, well, I can't afford $70 an hour. Can I give you, 65 or 60? I'm going to tell you, hell no. That's my price. Take it or leave it. Go find an electrician that's $70 an hour. You won't. See what I mean? For PayPal, it'll be like if you want to send me the whole 10 on PayPal, for instance, you would have to send me like $11 or 11 something, whatever it is. I can't remember. But there's a PayPal. By PayPal, there's a calculator. And on YouTube, if you send a super chat, I'm gonna get 60%. So in order for me to get the $10 clean from YouTube, you're gonna probably have to send 15. You see what I mean? So if you want to save money by giving me $10, the PayPal would be the easiest way and the cheapest way. You see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. In order for me to get that exact amount, you have to pay more because of the YouTube, stuff, and also the PayPal tax. So PayPal is the actually easiest way and cheapest way because you only have to pay $1 extra or $1 something extra. Whereas if you super chat and I get the exact amount, it's 60-40. 60-40. I get 60 and YouTube gets 40% of every super chat. So if you send me $10, I'm going to get $6. You see what I mean? So I'm kind of doing, if you send $10 in a super chat, I'm going to get $6 and they get $4. So in order for me to get 10, you got to send 14. But if you send PayPal, it's going to be like 11 something and I'll get to 10. So PayPal is always the cheaper route and the better route because I get the money instantly, whereas is super chat, I get it, a month later. Every month I get the thing. Yeah, exactly. But there's a PayPal calculator. Now, for instance, I'll make an example for you right now. I have a friend that I deal with, and he's in New York. And I buy music from him, right? So what I do, I go to the PayPal calculator, and if I have to send him like $600, right? If I send him $600 right now, and if you go to the PayPal calculator, it'll say $628.48. Right? So if I send you right now, if you're in the United States and I want to send you $600 and I don't pay that tax, you're going to get $572. And you're going to say, yo, Mark, what the fuck? I said 600, you gave me 578. I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, my bad, I didn't know the tax. It's gonna tell you anyway. You have to go to the calculator because you live in a different country. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of it's common sense, but people don't really give a shit because they're like, yeah, Mark don't say nothing, fuck it. And even if Mark says something, I'm still gonna give him that shit. He's gonna do it. People actually think like I'm fucking, dumb, but I'm definitely not. But I don't know how many times I have to explain this shit, and people still do it. So I figured, oh, well, I might as well put my price up. That'll get your attention. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry, guys. Let me check. Luna, you said good for you. 10 is still a great deal. I can put my own cards, but sometimes I like to have others' opinion. The source of that opinion matters. Yeah, I agree. You said how much is taken out of super chat? Yeah, 60/40. PayPal shows up in dollars, euros. They go by the country. Yeah, exactly. Starlight. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it tells you, right, Tanya? Yeah. Some people act like it doesn't tell you. Like I just got PayPal yesterday. The problem with PayPal is your personal info is exposed. Not that would be a problem with you, but there are those who don't want their personal info given up. Well, if you go to the settings, right, you can change your address to a fake one. Your address has to be there for legal reasons, right? But you can always change it. But if you're giving it to me, I would never care about your address. I wouldn't care one bit. Like I know you if I on PayPal it shows people's real names, right? I'm not gonna call you by your name. If you've seen me in here sometimes and the person doesn't respond, and I would never say your real name in the chat. I'll say I just received a PayPal from someone. I don't want to say your real name, but if you can make yourself known, then I'll answer your question. And somebody will be like, oh, I appreciate you not saying my name. I want to keep that private. But I'm that person. I've done it millions of times because I know that people don't want their real names on here. You see what I'm saying? And people's info, I'll never really care about that. I just care that you're paying and I'm gonna work for you and that's it. And if you think about it, man, you get my when you look at my PayPal, you see my real name. I don't have no problem with that. You can see my real name and where I live. I don't give a fuck. It don't make no difference to me. Ain't nobody gonna come here to my doorstep anyway. No one ever has. I've been here for 6 years. Ain't nobody knocked on my door and said, "Hey, Mark, I figured out where you live and I got like a taxi here. I wanted to see where you live." I've shown people on my phone where I fucking live. I don't give a shit. It don't bother me. You know? And everybody's information is safe with me anyway, because I don't really care where you live or what your name is. At the end of the day, I'm working for you. You pay me, I'm going to answer your question. It's simple. If you want to say where you live or where you at, that's cool, whatever. It's cool. I tell everybody I live in Bermuda. What the fuck? I don't care. It don't bother me. It's all good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. But I always tell people I prefer you pay by PayPal because you're not going to give YouTube all that money and I'm not going to lose all that money. That's why I don't really like people super chatting me. But a lot of people don't have PayPal, which I understand. And that's why the super chat option is great for a lot of people because a lot of people don't want to use PayPal because they've had bad experiences. I've had PayPal for years. Years I've had PayPal since it first was out. I've never ever had a problem. Never. I've never been hacked on PayPal. I've never had an issue with PayPal. I use it every single day. Like, it's not a problem. I just can't take money out of my PayPal. Like, because I'm in Bermuda, my PayPal is not connected to my bank account. It's only connected to my credit card. So if I need to use, if I go on a site and I can't use my credit card, I can use the PayPal instead. So I use my PayPal to buy shit online. And now PayPal is very beneficial for me for my DJ stuff because I can buy DJ stuff. The music that I buy from my friend, he takes PayPal. So when I need to buy shit from him or get stuff from him, I use my PayPal. So it's very convenient to have PayPal now more than ever. But I understand people don't have it, so they pay by super chat. But the issue is when you give me $5, I get only three something. So it's kind of annoying. Like I'm answering, putting all this energy into your question for $3 and something cents. And a lot of people know the deal, but they still do it. They don't care. So, but if you see, sometimes people give me $7, $8, $10, or 11.11 or something like that. See, that's greatly appreciated. That's why I take care of those people more. You know, and I'll always take care of everybody equally, even if you don't give me the amount of money. I'll still do it because at the end of the day, I'm getting a free answer from spirit. That's how I look at it a lot of times. And I'm being very honest and open with everybody about that. But like I said, I'm not going to sit here and talk about it all fucking day and every night that I'm on here. But it's just that we're all adults and we all know the deal. And some adults still have that, cheap, weird, you know, disrespectful way where they know and they still do and they don't care what I say. But there's a specific person that comes in here once a month maybe or twice a month. But they used to come in here all the time. And I said to that person, every time you PayPal me, you jip me, you know? And I feel like and I've told you and you still do it. But and when you pay for it, you pay me for a question, you ask me like, for a follow-up, you ask me a question on top of a question on top of a question, and you're giving me less. If you were giving me the complete five, then I would like, because I know you for a while, I'll keep giving you the answer just because I know you and I'm cool with you like that. But if you're gonna give me less and keep doing it and know you're doing it, and I've called you out on it, and you still do it, then fuck you. I'm not gonna do it for you no more. Because if you were really a friend, you wouldn't do that shit to me. So now that person just comes in here and says hello, and that's it, and never got a reading from me ever since. And I don't care because for every person that leaves, another person comes. So at the end of the day, I don't really care about what people think and what, it's on your conscience. Because if I did that to you, how would you feel? You probably wouldn't like it, would you? So there you go. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, then you can't be cooking in there. And I would, you do unto others as others do unto you. So now I said, you know what? I'll put my price up. And at the end of the day, this price still is what people pay me anyway. But either way, I'm gonna answer the question, no matter what. That's all. Yeah, exactly, Starlight. You can use a different address, yeah. But with me, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah. hmm The sad part is I've been explaining this situation for a long time. And I said that, as of this year, I'm going to change everything because I just got fed up with like, explaining it, dealing with it. And, I said, you know what? This year it's got to change. Everything's going up. I feel like, I'm on here hours and hours and hours every day. Sometimes I come on here 3, 4 times a day. I give my all. Even if when I give you a reading, I still give you advice. I even check things out for you and stuff and, shit like that. So why should I have to do all of that? You know? And I don't even have to explain myself. Someone came in here the other day and said, Mark, you don't even have to explain yourself. You're like, you show whatever. Your worth shows everything. The thing is, Starlight, I've been knowing my worth, but I'm not the type of person to toot my own horn. Because at the end of the day, Spirit gives me the answers. And I've always told everybody it's not me, it's Spirit giving me the answers. I would never say that, I'm this and I'm that. I'm not that type of person because I know the reality and I know the truth. Truth is, your spirit and my spirit come together to get the answer. That's how it works. It's the truth. So if your spirit team, if your spirit team says, you know what, so and so just paid Mark for a question, I trust Mark to give, you know, my side the answer. We're going to come together and give them the answer because I trust Mark to give them the answer. And I want them to come to Mark because I know that Mark's going to tell them the truth. That's how it works. So if you're a fraudulent piece of shit, then your spirit's going to be like, oh, hell no. I'm not giving this mofo no answer. I'm giving them the wrong answer. It's not going to happen that way. So spirit has to trust you to give you the answer. That's why when you find a psychic, you know, when you find a psychic that works for you, then that's great. And if you don't, that means that your side does not trust their side. And that's how it really seriously works in my mind. You can go ahead, Teresa, ask your question when you're ready. The thing is, we should all know our worth, but we should always know that our worth comes with work. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time, the effort. You got to allow people to understand that they can trust you. You know, like I said, when I first came on here, I used to do $15 questions, and I still do $15 emails. And there's some people that give me $20 for that email question. They give me extra because they know they're gonna get an email answer that's very informant, very, it's gonna be right. It's gonna be the answer that they need. I have some email clients that don't even come in here. They just email me. They know I have a channel, but they don't come in here. And if they do, they just pass by and just say hello and then they're gone. But I have a specific email client that gives me $20 instead of 15. And I always give her extra because she gives me extra out of respect. She can give me 15 every time, but she don't. She gives me 20 every time. And then I think about that extra 5 being the makeup for the people who don't give me the real amount. You see what I mean? So that's why I never really make a fuss because it all works out to be the same and equal. Sometimes the good people and the good-hearted people make up for the ones that cheat me on shit. And there's going to be good and bad in everything. So I'm going to have good people and kind people who give extra, and I'm going to have people who's cheap and fucked up. You can't have one without the other. You got me? So that's why I never really make a big deal about it. And sometimes people probably think I am because I've been talking about it forever. I'm just talking about it because it's the whole like thing. It's like you're an adult. You know the deal. Don't be an idiot. You know what's going on. Would you like me to do that to you? Obviously not. So you shouldn't do it to me. And some people just have that no conscience vibe. Or I don't give a fuck. I'm giving it to him. He can take it or leave it. Fuck it. And I'm like, okay, you want to be that way? Watch this. You don't know me. I don't let people disrespect me. And if you want me to disrespect you, I feel sorry for you. Because my disrespect is a lot worse than what you're going to give me. And I don't want to be that way. But if I have to, I will. Just to show you and make you earn the respect from me. Because at the end of the day, I don't owe you nothing. I will sit here for 2-3 hours and not get no readings and not give a fuck. I'm still going to walk up these steps and go to sleep. And I'm not going to say, damn it, I didn't make no money today. You think I give a fuck? No, I don't. I really don't. And many times I come on here for hours and just talk shit, have fun, laugh, and just like, just be here and just be, a part of, my channel, and just have fun with everybody. Because not every day people is going to need a reading. But if this is another psychic and I've been on here for an hour and 45 minutes. It's 12:30 in the morning. You think a psychic's going to sit here for this long and not get a reading? And be mad and be like, okay with it? Hell no. I'm telling you right now that 90% of these people that come in here will not be on this long without getting a reading. I'm telling you that right now. And you know it's true. Go tell me somebody that does that and stays online that more. They're going to be like, it's quiet on here, guys. I'm good. I'm not making any money. Bye. Hint, hint, fucking pay me if you want to see me. That's exactly how it is. And ain't nobody going to tell me no different. If you know somebody that does that, then tell me about it. I'm waiting. So that's why I don't really keep harping on shit, because I know the truth already. I've been on here a long time, and I know how it works. So ain't nobody pulling wool over these fucking eyes with these big eyelashes. Okay? Ain't nobody doing that to me. I'm not fucking dumb. All right, Teresa, you said you want to get a journal. Sure, no problem. I got you. Yeah, exactly. I know I am. Because ain't nobody that ain't gonna be on here. Even Tanya says, I don't know how the fuck you stay on here this long talking to everybody. I can only do 25 minutes to a half an hour. But the other day she was on her live for a long time because me and Dan were making her laugh and she was having a great time watching crows shit all over the place and hot surfers and shit. Because sometimes it's different when you're occupied and you have people in your room and everybody's talking. The time goes like that. And then out of the blue, somebody would be like, hey, I need a reading. Are you still doing readings? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm here for. But if I don't, I'm the type of person, if I don't get a reading in 2 hours, it won't affect me. I'm not going to sit here and be, please, Spirit, give me a read. I don't give a fuck, man. It don't bother me. Sometimes I don't even want to give a reading if I'm like not in the mood. Sometimes I'll be like, that's why I do those cooking videos. When I do those kitchen cooking videos, I don't put live read. I'm not going to sit there and stop washing dishes and pull cards and answer. Fuck you. You can wait. I'm going to cook and wash dishes and talk shit. I love those lives because I don't have to read for nobody. I can just talk and have fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love doing this, but I'm only going to do it for people who actually give a shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows how I am. If you don't know me by now, then there's something wrong with you. I really don't care. If I come on here for 2-3 hours and don't read, it's fine with me. If I'm really busy, it's not going to change anything. I'm not going to be like, yes, I made $50. Oh my God, my life has changed. I don't give a fuck about that, man. It don't phase me, to be honest. It really don't. I just love being here. I really do. People can tell I love being here. Yeah, it was fun. This shit was hilarious. And I'm the first one to shout out somebody, tell them about their channel, send them to your channel. I'm the type of person, I'm not a fucking hater. Like, I just want everybody to have fun and to succeed. And everybody who knows me knows I'm like that. I'm not no hater. Like, I just want everybody to be happy. But it's not possible, obviously. But, at least I tried. All right, Teresa. In general, what I get is you might not be happy at the moment about certain things. You might have to cancel plans, or you feel like you have fake friends, lack of friendship with certain people. You feel like the future looks kind of cloudy, like you don't really know what's gonna happen yet. You kind of feel like you know what you have to do, but you're like, I'm not sure what the future holds. I'm just gonna see what happens. Like we said earlier, you feel like you're on standby. And I get that in the cards here. But try not to dwell on the fake friends, people who have lied to you, misrepresented themselves, people who are not loyal. Those things should like not be an issue no longer to you in this year. Try to erase it out of your mind and focus on the peace and tranquility that you have at home. Your home life in the next 30 days will probably be the best thing for you. Like feeling safe and comfortable at home, being home and not being around, these type of people. Um, I feel like you need a lot of rest, and you'll probably get the fruits of your labor regardless in whatever you do. um I feel like the people around you that are genuine and trustworthy will be there for you, and they'll show up when you need them. But I feel like you'll be at peace at home more than anywhere. Wherever you go, you probably won't be, but at home will probably be your best place in the next 30 days will be your home. Your home will be the most peaceful area you can be in. And the reason that's probably the like that is because at home, at your house, spirit is there. So they're always going to be there for you, and it's going to make life better for you, right? And another thing is here is a man is going to advance himself to help you. Um, they're going to be there with you through the challenge. Um, this person is going to make sure they have an opportunity. Um, Whatever opportunity comes up, they're going to take advantage of it in a good way and help you in every which way you can. So a man is going to be very significant with you in the next 30 days. He'll help you. He will, be there for you in any which way you need. Whatever challenges come up, this person will help you. And they will, like, whatever situation that's there, this person will be there. So um, that's something that, is reassuring. But I still feel like your mind is wanders off with the bad things. The negative things are still probably bothering you. Why, how, when, where. The main thing, I tell you this a lot, and I see it in your readings a lot in general, because I know that some people, even if you don't hold a grudge, you can hold resentment for some people and say, all this shit I did for you, and you want to treat me like this, or like, why the fuck should I help you again? Or why should I bring you? Why am I thinking of you? Or why, all those things should be erased out of your mind in this year. I know it's a hard thing to do for some people, And I know I might make it sound easy, but it really is easy because it's all in your mind. Your mind can play tricks on you. Your mind can tell you things. Your mind can, put you in that zone of, what if, what coulda, what shoulda, and why. The main reason is why, but it doesn't matter. What matters is you have to take care of yourself. And that's probably why these things are happening to you now, your situation. I read what you showed me on Instagram, and this makes a lot of sense. And the reason why this is happening is probably to show you who the real ones are. The people who is actually going to care for you, pray for you, help you, sending you love and light, healing energy, good vibes, positive energy. You probably can't count those people on both hands, right? But those people are irrelevant because they're in the past. So now you got to say, okay, who do I need the most because I'm in the predicament I'm in now? And that's the only people that should matter. And that's why when you're home, that's where you're at your strongest point because you're secure at home, right? You feel safe at home. You got me? So in in your home and at home in the next 30 days will be your most tranquil place. It's where you're going to find the most tranquility, the most union, your most peace, the most healing energy, you know? So being at home is like, you know, I'm good to go. Home is where I need to be. And I'll be honest with you, I'll project myself into this reading as well. Is when I'm home, I feel like I'm protected, cared for, and I'm safe. And when I'm at home, I don't have to deal with no fucking idiots because I'm home and I'm not in the public eye. I've been working in my workshop for the last 2 days, and I feel so happy at home that I don't even want to go nowhere. I avoid going places now because I don't want to see people. And a lot of people are telling me, used to tell me, "Oh, Mark, that's fucked up. You should be out and about and not stay home all the time." And now people are telling me, "Hey, Mark, I understand what you meant. I understand why you changed your life now, Mark, because people are fucking idiots." I'm like, well, I'm advanced. I'm ahead of the dumb people. So you just had to figure it out later in life. But I already figured out that nobody really gives a fuck about you. And the ones that do can be either fake or genuine. But you have to pick the bones out of that. And sometimes it might take a while. But if you're smart and you don't allow these people to trick you, and you don't take that red flag right away, then that's your fault. Or if you do too much and not get nothing in return, then that's your fault again. So by staying home, out of sight, not of mind, that's probably your best bet. 'Cause that's what I do now, and that's the best feeling. Capiche? So spirit wants you to be home, relaxing, stay at peace, and stay away from negative energy and negative people. Pretty much, Starlight. That's how it is. Yeah. Capiche? So there you go. That's what spirit wants you to know. Is home is where you need to be. And this year, not worry about what everybody did to you last year and what everybody and nobody that gives a fuck about you. That's the best thing is to deal with yourself and the people who love you the most. You have your family, your children, your grandchildren. You should feel lucky to have that because you have something that I don't have and a lot of other people don't have. And when we dwell on family, it makes us feel, Obviously, if family's good to you and you're good to them, then that's the only people you should be really catering to, because those are the people who are really the best thing in your life. Friends are like your teeth when they don't hurt. That's what my granny told my mom. My mom told me. She says your friends are like your teeth, but when they don't hurt. And before I move on to Marilyn's question, the less friends I have, the better my life got. The more friends I had, the worse it got. Now that I have like a limited amount of friends, the majority of my friends are online, on here. All of you guys. All of you guys are my friends, better friends than what I have in real life. You guys actually give a fuck. My friends here in live in color and live like here in Bermuda, they don't even give a shit about me. That's facts. I have my immediate family, and I have like people that I know, but they don't give a fuck about me like you guys do. Yeah, that's the whole thing. But on here, I also have some people I don't care for either, and that's just the way it is. It's good and bad and everything. But if I speak to you, that means I like you. If I don't speak to you, that means I don't really give a shit about you. So if you come in here and I speak to you, that means I like you. All right, Marilyn, you said thank you for the super chat. And you said, what are RD's current intentions, thoughts, feelings about me and our past relationship? Well, when I get bad news, you guys are there for me. So I feel like, if I'm there for you, then that's great. Because we all should be supporting each other anyway. I mean, we should be, but we don't have to, and we don't need to. We don't want to. But in my opinion, it doesn't hurt to be a decent person. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt to care. Even if you don't feel like, even if you don't know that person, it's good to just show a little bit of sympathy for fuck's sake. We're all human beings. You never know. Today you might be bad news. Tomorrow I might have bad news, and tomorrow somebody else might have bad news. But at the end of the day, if you're coming in here and and people are supporting, and I'm supporting you, then that's a good thing. It means that you actually have some people that give a shit about you. And that's why I love you guys, because you guys, that's why I'm on here for 2 fucking hours. All right, Marilyn, let me answer your question. The thing is it's okay to like, let people know about your life, but I always tell people it's best not to. But some people still do because they don't give a shit. But if I tell people what's going on in my life, it's because I don't give a shit about telling you, because at the end of the day, you're probably gonna forget about what I tell you. And another thing is I'm an open book. I really don't have nothing to hide. And I feel like if I say things, it gets off my chest and I feel better. So, And some people are just keep everything inside, and it gets congested in their minds and thoughts and feelings and hearts. So it's worse if you do that. But if you're a private person, then that's fine. I respect people's privacy. I'm not going to sit here and tell other people what other people are doing unless I'm warning you about something. So it all varies. Um, Marilyn, about RD and how their thoughts and feelings about your old friendship with them. I would say like this person overall, this person thinks that you are somebody who they experience things with, and they felt safe around you. They felt like, secure, safe. They felt like you were somebody who they didn't need to, cater to or do things for. You pretty much had what you had, and you have what you need, so they didn't have to like be burdened by doing certain things for you. They probably think that you're independent and didn't need them as much as they needed you. But I feel like this person can be very emotional at times, and especially emotionally confused about their life. They probably didn't have too much of a good finance. If they did, they probably had either a shitty finances or shitty money problems, or they had, a shitty love life, either two or probably both. So many times when you ask me about how somebody feels about you, I feel like a lot of people that you ask me about feel that you have more than them. You're in a better predicament than them. You might have more money than them. You might have a better job. You might look better than them. It's like they probably think that this person probably thinks that you were in a better predicament than them, or you had a better life than them. So they were cool with you, but they wish that they probably could have changed their own predicaments and life and situations so they can be in a better way when it came to dealing with you. If this person RD is a man, I didn't even check if you said it was a him or her, but put me in our past relationship. Yeah. So if this person is a man, then I would say that they made mistakes. They could have been impulsive, and they could have broke things off with you because they weren't sure. Okay. And that's why I got a man here then. So this person, if they broke up with you, then I would say that they probably felt that they couldn't compete with you. They didn't have enough to be with you, or you probably felt like, this person probably felt like that you had more of a controller, like you not control, but you had like a better life, so they probably felt like they was out of place. That's what I want to say. And this person probably could have been talking to you and had someone else. So if this person was with you and broke up with you for somebody else, then I would say that's what I see. But they looked at you as probably someone who was out of their league. Like you probably had more than them, so they probably felt like kind of weird. But I don't think that this person thinks bad of you. They probably just had like a bad life, or they just felt bad for talking to you and somebody else. So this is either a situation where they cheated on you and then you found out and they left, or they wanted to have you as a mistress and have somebody else as well. Because I get like this person being emotionally confused about their love life. So if they were with you, they probably felt some type of way, and then they left you for somebody else, or they just left because they probably felt that they couldn't be in your league. But they still feel like you probably were out of their league financially or just like overall. They probably couldn't be with you because they probably felt intimidated or just like some people can really think that you're too much for them. I feel like their intentions is also weird too. Like they probably like their intentions was probably to have to see how far they can go with you and then move on to another person. He's a dork. Well, yeah, there you go. That about explains it here. I don't really get that this person is a decent person. What I get is that like you're asking me what they think about you, right? What their intentions are and thoughts and feelings. So that's how they think. But if they're a dork, then that's dork thought. That explains his character then. But I also see that like during your relationship with them, that they wanted you and someone else. Like they wanted their cake and eat it too. They could have actually cheated on you without you even knowing. But if you did know and find out, then I would say you did the right thing by getting away from them. But I feel like they probably had a mistress on the side, or they to see who we can get more from. That's what I get. So yeah, that's his loss, not yours. Hey Sophie, how you doing? You're welcome, Marilyn. Thank you too. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to get my ass out of here too. Starlight, if you need anything, let me know. I think I read, I think I screwed up and you said you wanted to ask something. If you need to ask me anything, go ahead before I go. Okay, Tanya, you're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. Wish you all the best in this new year. Just stay positive, stay at home. Like Spirit said, you'll be fine. That's what I'm doing. After the year I had last year, I'm staying away from people. I'm staying home as long as I can. I don't want to go nowhere. I'm just gonna go to the store and that's it. I'm going to the grocery store and I'm going to my mom's. And I'm coming right back home. I don't want to see nobody. Fuck these people. Yeah, that's cool. You can come in here and bug me. It's all good. I'd rather come on here and talk to you guys and talk to real people in my where I live. I honestly do. I feel like I'm gonna do that more and more. I speak to my nephews, my mom, and my sister, and you guys. That's it. I don't really want no new friends. I don't mind having a new person on here. That's fine. I'll take that. But new friends in real life here, nah, I'm good. I only speak to my cousin. Outside of my family, I speak to my cousin, and everything else. And it's my other best friend, and that's it. And my clients. Everybody else is irrelevant. Sorry, not sorry. And I spoke to a lady at the food court today at the grocery store. I asked her if she's okay. She says, "Yeah, I'm fine, thank you." And I only spoke to her because she didn't have a ring on her finger, and she was cute even though she had a mask on. And then she came in the same aisle as me where she paid for her groceries, the same cashier. So she must have been like, "This guy asked me how I was doing. I like him already." I was just being nice. It paid off. The next time I see her, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember you," but I probably won't see her again. But it's all good. At least she kept her germs to herself. She was wearing a mask. Okay, Starlight. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. where you are. Shit. Hoping everything goes good with Poppy. Keep the faith. Pray. I hope everybody has a good new year, a good month. I wish all of us to be prosperous and happy, and whatever you want, I hope it comes true for you. At the end of the day, the more positive you are, the better life will be. And if you don't believe that, then try it. And even when you get some negative things, you just got to remember that it's never going to be perfect. But if you can try and make it perfect, then it can be beneficial. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I need to go get my ass to sleep to the grocery store. I don't have to do that till 10, so I can sleep from now until then. I need to get some good rest. But I enjoyed myself here for the past 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I'm glad you guys came by. I appreciate it. All right, good night, guys. Take care. Love you guys when you sleep. And I'll see you all tomorrow.